good team, but we got you. So we're going to win.
Facing one of the heavyweights tonight.
Starting at shooting guard at 6'6" number 18.
Greetings, it's 2K Sports bringing you live coverage. Well, Grant, we're near the middle point of the year now. At what point do coaches start looking at limiting the minutes of their stars?
You know, each game is really the determining factor for how that plays out. So, when possible, you keep your stars in there for close games and get them some rest when the outcome isn't in question.
Now let's check out the starters for Brooklyn. Schroeder and Thomas make up the backcourt. Trendon Watford is out there with Nicholas Claxton. And it's Bogdanovich in at the three.
B.A., when he gets the rim in his sights, it's tough to stop.
So aggressive and a determined finisher. Nice. Here's Oklahoma City now. Pass to Williams. Deflected. Outside Schroeder. Thomas outside. Over it with the block. And they get it back. Offensive rebound. There's Bogdanovich with the three. And he buries his first look.
Now there's a smooth efficiency to the jump shooting ability of Bojan Bogdanovich. What a knockdown shot.
Well, the Thunder will be building a new arena, Doris, right across the street from their current home.
Well, how exciting that the downtown arena is set to open in the 29-30 season with a 25-year lease. This secures the team's long-term future in Oklahoma City. And honestly, B.A., this fan base is so passionate, they deserve it.
Here's Thomas, following the bucket by Oklahoma City.
Just one made field goal in 5 tries. Not a good start.
And Jay gets it to go. Jay's gotten his second bucket of the game.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
First quarter, just about 2 minutes in. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. An effective score for them, scoring around 21.5 points a game. Watford outside. Pass to Schroeder. Takes the three. Can't get it to go. Missed his first one.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
And that one's good. Gilgeous Alexander.
And their offense looking like a well-oiled machine.
Brooklyn has gone 1 of 4 from deep. It's Thomas on the wing. Claxton with it. He's covered by Holmgren. Thomas passes to Claxton. Here's Schroeder. To stop the run. Good on the jump shot.
We know this. Dennis Schroeder at the point guard position is a thirsty scorer.
Pass to Che. Dort outside. There's a screen. Hey, from beyond the arc. Che, shot is off. Nets trail by 4. It's Thomas on the wing. Dort defending. To the paint. Oh, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Well, you love the strong finish by Cam Thomas. So good when he's getting to his game with assertiveness.
This is why you put the ball in his hands. An accurate pass hitting a moving target.
And here in the first quarter, a little over 3.5 minutes played. Thomas outside. And there's the drive. Throws it down, and the official calls a foul. And so it's Simmons with it. He brings it up for the Nets. Trailing by 8. A tough loss coming against the Lakers in their last game played.
Hey, they had their chances, but they struggled from the line. It's so hard to win that way on someone else's floor.
You've got to stand in and deliver from the free throw line, even in a tough environment, and they failed to do so.
On the court right now, second quarter for the Nets. They've got Trevor Watford. Jake Milton out there with Ben Simmons. And they're sharp, and it's Williams in at small forward.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander can score it, so you have to respect it. That sets up his passing game. What a pretty delivery.
And it's Simmons with the jam.
That's where you get the ball to Ben Simmons, right at the rim. He's got size and athleticism. Look out.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren. Milton against Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Che. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. 5 on the clock. The rebound by the Nets. And at home for the next game, it'll be New York pulling in to face them. That game marks the start of a 4-game homestand for the club. And that one drops.
Well, deliver the pass where your teammate can do something with it. Nice.
To the middle. And stolen by Simmons. And pushing it up the floor. Here comes Brooklyn. Williams passes to Milton. Rebound by Wiggins.
All alone from mid-range. They know he won't miss many of those.
Here's Che. And he banks in the layup. Che's got 10 points in the game.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
Now here's Simmons. Looking at the numbers, he's putting up 7 points a game. Watford. And it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with the rebound.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
Doris, it's interesting, but the Nets franchise has never won an NBA championship.
That's absolutely correct, because their titles came before the merger. Now, since they've joined this league, they did go to the finals for a couple of times. Had Jason Kidd, who was the driver of success, but no championship in this modern era.
And it's going to be a 3-second call.
He pushed a little too hard there trying to close the gap. And yes, he paid the price.
That's a big miscue, and you hate to see that happen at this point in the game.
Lou Dort, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Thanks, guys. Well, Shai in their last time out against the Mavericks was tremendous. He scored 17 points, and thanks to his assertiveness, he drew a number of fouls, getting himself to the line. And you could see his teammates rally around him in that game. Confident performance.
Okay, thanks for that. You know, the impact he had on that game was big.
And it's not easy to point to just one area he made a difference, but his effect was felt all over the place. He was on fire.
Pretty much in attack mode the whole evening. We'll see if he plays with that same level of aggression here tonight.
And Holmgren with the basket on the assist from Dort. And now a 12-point Oklahoma City lead. For Brooklyn, they've gotten just 2 of 6 field goals to go in the second. Simmons with it. Here's Sharp. And blocked with his palm. What a defensive play. Here's Dort. Pass to Williams. Here's Che. Covered by Milton. Che passes to Williams. There's a screen. Over Sharp. And it's Oklahoma City scoring again.
Wow, they're really being taken advantage of defensively out there. No rim protection whatsoever.
And the timeout called here by Jordi Fernandez. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. So Brooklyn going with almost... So it's the Oklahoma City Thunder ending the period up by a staggering 23 points. It hasn't taken them too many shots to get their points. They're winning with efficiency. We'll be right back after this word.
Hey, folks, they love to run. At times, it looks like a layup line. They can hit the three, but tough matchup for your transition D.
Yeah. Moving on to our next. That does it for halftime. Let's get back to game act.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. Cason Wallace with a strong contribution so far in this one.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
Inside, we got Williams and Holmgren. Then it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Then there's Lou Dort. And it's Che in at the shooting guard position. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder.
Cam Thomas is rolling. He's attacking at will. Somebody better shut the water off.
Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 9.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And boy, that's a terrific start right there.
NBA scoring has been climbing over the past decades, Grant. Is the league too offensive at the moment, you think?
Well, we know that people like scoring, the fans, players, everyone, but the league needs to make sure there aren't hamstringing defenders too much. So I think allowing some more physicality incentivizes the defender to defend, and now we have competition on both sides of the ball.
Now here's Bogdanovic. 9 points in the game. Thomas, a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Shoots from the baseline. The Thunder pull it in.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
To the left side wing. And there's a whistle. That goes on Cam Thomas. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Williams passes to Che, and he gets that one. He's got 12.
He is such a smart player. Jalen Williams making people around him better.
The Nets have gone just 1 of 3 in the second half. They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Schroeder passes to Claxton. Rejected by Holmgren.
And you can't forget about Holmgren's reach, especially when he's nearby on defense.
Che, shot is off.
Boy, he did everything right till he got to the rim. He needs to finish that.
You know, after sitting out his first pro year due to a foot injury, Chet Holmgren was well worth the wait, Grant.
Yes, he was. And Chet was actually guarding LeBron during a summer pro-am game when he hurt his foot. But Chet was a monster his rookie year, already an elite shot blocker.
Now here's Thomas. He's got 12.
Not how they hoped to start this half. 1 for 5, brick after brick. Let's start building the building.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Time called here. The Nets decide to talk it over now. The 12th overall pick in 2022, Jalen Williams. What a find by the Thunderbirds.
This is so exciting for this organization because even though J-Dub went to a mid-major school, wasn't a big high school recruit, he ended up being second in Rookie of the Year voting. He's getting better and better. He has got an unbelievable future.
Now here's Schroeder. He's averaging more than 12 a game. A consistent threat on offense. 6 to shoot. Claxton passes to Watford. Brooklyn, no good that time either.
I'll tell you, this has not been his game. He's making it worse with shot selection like that.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Nick Claxton, despite his relatively slender frame, is a hard-nosed defender. He said, "I bow down to no one. Every time I step on the court, I always have that chip on my shoulder. That's just the fiery competitor that I am. At the end of the day, I know what I'll hang my hat on, the defensive side of the ball." Brian?
Okay, Allie, thanks for that. Schroeder with it. Now Gilgeous-Alexander defending. Bogdanovich with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside Bogdanovich to win the drought. Williams grabs the board.
He's got a great defensive mind. He gets good position and affects the release.
And he did it without fouling, and that's become an art, changing shots without making contact. Not a lot falling for him in this quarter. He's got to stay aggressive, try to break through, see if you can get an easy opportunity.
Ooh, it's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Dort off the drive. And that comes off the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 3 assists in the game. All right, guys, a breakdown here of the hustle stats for the Thunder.
Yeah, they've collected an impressive number of steals so far, using fast hands to force some turnovers and then scoring on the other end.
And you also have to love the way they've gotten out and run in transition. A ton of good chances tonight simply from being willing to run the floor.
Back to Watford. The 3 connects from downtown. Watford's got his second bucket of the night.
That's a tremendous pass from Schroeder. This guy's such a dependable offensive player.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Now that we're into the new year, how about a check on the Eastern Conference standings? You look at Brooklyn. Sharp, he's checked in for Wilson, and it's Whitehead in for Schroeder. Milton passes to Simmons. Pass to Whitehead. Three-pointer. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got 4 rebounds now on the floor for the Nets. We've got Shake Milton. Sharp out there with Williams. Then it's Ben Simmons. And it's Whitehead in at the 3, the small forward. And here's Milton. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them. Oh, great teamwork right there.
Hey, you got to love the finish. Bringing it down with some attitude. Gilgeous-Alexander looking it over. Outside, Williams. Pass to Che. 6 on the shot clock. Dort outside. And Milton pulls it down.
Well, defenses are content to give up the mid-range, right? It's not the high percentage restricted area or the 3. You can see they're prepared to give up that shot.
Woo! When you finish like that, you deserve to brag.
Impressive, no question.
How about that from your point guard, gentlemen? Playing big at the rim, okay.
Williams is checked in for Oklahoma City. Jang comes in for Dort. And the Nets also making a change. Johnson's checked in. So for Oklahoma City, Hardenstein, he's checked in for Williams. And it's Caruso in for Jang. And the Nets also making a change. Wilson's checked in for Johnson. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play. So the Nets making a switch here. Thomas is checked in. All right, let's say you're starting a new franchise today, and you get to pick any player in the league. Who you got, Grant?
Oh, man, there's so much talent to choose from. You can't go wrong with Doncic, Antetokounmpo, or Jokic. There's an enticing chasing young players, too, like Anthony Edwards as well.
Here's Sharp. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Well, he's such a good athlete for a center. It's how he's able to succeed despite being one of the smallest fives in the NBA.
Gilgeous-Alexander from outside gets the three to fall.
Well, that's the second three of the game. One in the first half, one here.
Brooklyn has got 6 out of 15 threes so far in this game. Simmons, the pass to Thomas. It's good. And a beautiful setup from Simmons that time. Simmons has got 4 assists now tonight. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Che. Williams with it. There's the three. Williams grabs the board.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Here's Whitehead. It's Thomas on the wing. Driving in, and it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Nick Claxton, he's checked in for Sharp. Watford comes in for Whitehead. Bojan Bogdanovic checked in for Williams. And it's Schroeder in for Ben Simmons. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Che. And he makes it. And the Thunder lead by 19.
Well, the defense wants to keep the ball out of that area. Why? Because if it gets in there, most players are going to finish.
We're in the final quarter play here. 3 minutes in. Nets trail by 19. Outside Schroeder. Bogdanovic on the wing. Outside Schroeder. Bogdanovic on the wing. The Nets need to get off a shot here. Watford. No good from outside. Oklahoma City leading by 19. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. No good on the shot. The Nets have gone 7 for 11 so far in the fourth. Here's an 8-footer. And that one hits the back iron. For Oklahoma City, they've got 4 of 8 shots to drop here in this final quarter. Rejected by Claxton.
Now look at the wingspan of Nick Claxton on display. He sends that thing back.
Che passes to Williams. From outside, off to Mark. Nets trail by 19. Outside Schroeder. Inside, Claxton passes to Thomas. And here's Schroeder outside. They get it again. Claxton. Watford, right side. Here's Thomas for 3. Good. And he's in 8 of 14 now. A solid offensive performance.
He just brings a great feel for the game at the offensive end.
Caruso outside. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. Cam Thomas picks one up. Well, the Nets are still feeling the ramifications. And so Oklahoma City takes this one, and by a big margin. We saw 2 different...
They really thought they had a chance tonight. Solid effort tonight on both ends. try and close this one out early so you can get some rest.
These are the games you have to win to be taken serious.
want your time if you're going to be enjoyable and accident-free. If you're having an issue at any time that needs to be addressed, please text the word "thunder" along with your issue and seat location to 55555. A member of our guest relations team will respond immediately. And don't forget about our bobblehead giveaway day. Come be a day. Let's see you. Rub on the white bobblehead. For selling that, saying Oklahoma City will be
Thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. And Greg, when you're facing the front of a back-to-back, how much does that affect you as a player?
Before and after the game, for sure, it's on your mind. But once the whistle blows, you have to live in the moment. You can bet the coaches are very aware of it.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, the guard pair. It's George and Sexton. Robert Covington out there with Walker Kessler. And it's Sensabaugh in at the small forward. Here's Chen. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Is on Colin Sexton.
You know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Well, Greg, over the last few seasons, one area of consistency for the Jazz has been their rebounding.
Yeah, and they have some size, and they make controlling the boards a focal point. When you're playing Utah, you better be ready to put a body on somebody. And nice touch inside. George can finish from all three levels.
Gilgeous-Alexander with it. His last outing, 16 points for him. George against Holmgren. 6 on the shot clock. And stolen by Sexton. And now just over a minute played here in the first. To the inside. Here's Kessler. And Kessler throws it down.
Inexcusable defense. You can't let Kessler get established inside like this.
Shea, right side. To the middle. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Nails the baby hook.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need him.
Here's Kessler. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. The shot by George, no good.
And really, despite that miss, they've had a solid start offensively.
And the shot goes in.
Well, Dort makes the smart play there. He spots a wide-open shooter and just gets him the ball.
Sexton kicks to Covington. Covington, a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. The open look here for Sexton. The shot's good on the assist by George. Sexton's got his second bucket of the night. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City, trailing by 4. Rebounded by the Jazz. Their last meeting was in Oklahoma City, where they were unable to fight off the Thunder.
Well, when you're facing a team that's feeding off the crowd's energy, you have to bring your A game, and they didn't do that defensively.
Yeah, when you have a defensive showing this poor, it's normally due to an overall lack of effort.
You know, talking to Keontae George, he credits film watching for much of his success. I like that kind of element he brought up.
Yeah, they say he also spends a lot of time talking to veterans on the team, seeks advice from them and coaches. He's a real student of the game, and that has helped speed up the process for him.
Boy, a guy like that, coach, has got to be fun to coach.
Yeah, those are the guys you're looking for.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
Now, here's Sexton. He's coming off a 10-point game against New Orleans. Colin Sexton is 6'3". He has the frame of a point guard, clearly. But man, his game is putting up points, and he can do it in a hurry.
Yeah, and Kevin, look, he's done it pretty efficiently in recent years. We have a lot of point guards in the league who are primarily scorers. And Sexton, though, you've also got to give him credit. He's made great strides as a playmaker.
He has indeed. Shea inside. Defended by Sexton. Shea's shot is off. Outside, Sexton. Pass to Kessler. Over Chen. And the shot is lost. Thunder trailing by 6. A floater. Count it. Good. Shea's got 5 points so far. 1:49 left to play here in the first. Outside, Sexton. Here's Sensabaugh. Last time out he had 13 points. That's a screen on Caruso. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Sexton. Rebound by Williams. And here's Williams now. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. And Jay gets it to go.
Well, what a quarter he's had. You can tell he's in the flow. They should be looking for him every possession.
Outside Collins. Pass to Kessler. Back to Collins. Here's Sensabaugh. Hasn't made one yet. Collins setting the big for George. The 18-footer is right on the mark.
And off to a strong start offensively. He's got a nice touch.
44 seconds left in the first quarter. Over in the corner, Williams. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Able to get a layup out of that one. That's just soft defense there.
Utah leading. George passes to Collins. Here's Sensabaugh. Off target from outside. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 6 of 9, shooting it well. Hartenstein finds Joe. They now take the lead. Here's Sensabaugh. Shoots over Caruso. The good-looking shot from the wing.
Boy, both teams racking up the points to start this game.
Yeah, and I'm sure both coaches would like to see more defensive.
Colin Sexton, you can tell he's feeling it tonight. And, guys, has been the... going with the whole group out there. Thunder trailing by 5. So on the floor for Utah. The pairing up front. It'll be Collins and Kessler. The guard pair. It's George and Sexton. And it's Sensabaugh in at the 3. Pass to George. Now Collins. Jazz passing it around. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. That's a 2 from Sexton. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
Yeah, he hasn't had the best night from the field, but his teammates have had his back.
The kick out to Williams. 1:49 left to play here in the second quarter.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
And now, joining us on the line, Shams Charania with a recent development. Shams, what's the latest?
Thanks, Kevin. Closing in on the trade deadline, the Sacramento Kings front office is getting things done. They went after Draymond Green because they want an enforcer. They're banking that he can come in, get into opponents' heads, both with his words and his physical play, but he's going to make them a much more difficult team to beat. He's a championship veteran player.
Thank you so much, Shams. We sure appreciate the update. Now, here's Caruso. Here's 10. Count it. Shea's got 9.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Shea, in the last game against Brooklyn, put on a show. He scored 16 points and a couple of boards as well. know his teammates and coaches appreciated that kind of all-around performance. He sure impacted the game. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. He took command, and Greg really led the fight for his team.
You like someone who's willing to take control, but then in the end, tonight could turn out to be a different story.
Yeah, so now the question is, can he do it again? Playing like that consistently is not easy.
Jazz leading by 6. George looking over the floor. Sexton for 3. Rebound by Williams.
Yeah, not at his most efficient this quarter. He's got to work on finding high percentage shots.
Takes the 3. And the Thunder another 3.
Yeah, those passing skills are just part of what makes Caruso a valuable piece.
Here's Sensabaugh. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. That's a screen on Caruso. Here's Sensabaugh. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Jazz lead by 3. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow, right here on 2K Sports.
Hello, everyone. Anytime you can add a player like Draymond Green, you do it. He's a unique individual in every way, and he's a stone-cold winner.
And he'll be vocal. He'll get up and go.
Let's shift focus back to the Utah Jazz, who find little separation after one half of play.
You look at their success so far, and
And that's a halftime.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Colin Sexton having a dominant impact in this game.
And the bulk of his damage so far has come from the perimeter. A lot of threes early on.
And defensively, they're giving him too many good looks out there. They need to start running him off the line.
The post pair for him will be Williams and Holmgren. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Jay. And it's George in at the 3, the small forward. It's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Stan, I could talk about coaching with you from morning to night, but what's the most difficult part of coaching that maybe the average fan doesn't know about?
Well, there's probably a lot of things like that, Kevin, so I'll just give you one. When you're coaching a star player who's on the decline a little bit, in his own mind, he's still that guy he was in his best years, but you have to limit his role, not getting as many shots, things like that, and there can be some tension, and it's with a guy that you have huge, huge respect for.
That's a great example. Coaching an aging star. Very good. Second shot opportunity, and it's good on the way in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 4 this quarter.
They've got the offense clicking. 3 for 4 to start the half and looking confident.
And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Timeout is called. First of the game for the Jazz.
And as fans and broadcasters, we're not permitted to hear the specifics in these levels.
Well, as a coach, you want to cover just 1 or 2 major points. That way guys can absorb it and go out and execute.
Sexton on the wing. Kessler setting the pick for Sexton. Good D by Holmgren.
And we talk about the importance of protecting the rim. Right there, outstanding defense.
And there's the whistle, 3-second violation. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. Taking a look at Philadelphia. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And right now, the Thunder, they just understand how good they really are. One of the biggest hurdles is to avoid complacency, though, down the stretch.
Pass to Sexton. And the 3 off target. And so it's Dort with it. He brings it up for the Thunder. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half.
He can play the 4 because he gets...
Utah has possession. Williams passes to Clarkson. Here's Collins. 43 seconds left in the third quarter. Misses from short range.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Shea outside. And Shea throws it down.
And the dunk was nice, Kevin, but the move he made to free himself up was a thing of beauty.
It sure was, Greg. What a savvy play to get into position for that jam. Here's Collier, covered by Shea. The Jazz with another miss.
Well, when you get that kind of look inside, you have to capitalize.
Now Hartenstein. Over Collins. Collins with some nice D.
Well, he's got the green light in that situation. They wanted him taking that shot, even if he didn't get it to go.
Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the fourth quarter. It's the Thunder up 4. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to fire.
Yeah, it's pretty to watch. It's great to have so many big men in the NBA who can dish it like this.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. And Utah looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. Collins is out there with Williams. Then there's Jordan Clarkson. Then it's Collier. And it's Duarte in at the small forward position. To take the lead. And it's Collier missing. The Thunder with the lead. Shea with it. He's picked up by Collins. Williams gets a screen from Chen. The shot by Williams, no good.
Well, that wasn't a bad shot. Defense playing a little loose there. Sometimes it just doesn't go in.
Williams gets to Clarkson. Collins setting the big for Clarkson. Driving in. That misses, and a chance to tie it there.
Not really what we expected. You know he wants that one back.
Here's Caruso. Nails the baby hook. And the Thunder lead by 4.
Look at how Caruso holds nothing back when he cuts his way to the bucket.
And here's Clarkson. Lets it go from deep. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Hartenstein's got 5 rebounds tonight. To the wing on the left. Chen passes it to Hartenstein. Count that one. Hartenstein's got the lead up to 6 now for the Thunder.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Pass to Collier. Back to Clarkson. The 11-footer. Another miss by Utah. Oklahoma City leading by 6. Joe passes to Chen. Back to Joe. Caruso with the ball. 6 to shoot. Williams gets a screen from Chen. Williams can't get it to go. Jazz trail by 6. Williams finds Clarkson. Here's Duarte, defended by Caruso. There's a screen by Collins. Duarte shot good.
Well, that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra.
And a new group in here for the Thunder. Holmgren, he's checked in for Hartenstein. Williams comes in for Williams. Dort, he's checked in for Alex Caruso. And Shea Gilgeous-Alexander subbed in for Isaiah Joe. Inside, here's Williams. Utah with the rebound.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
And the athleticism of Covington is tough to contain, which is why the D overcommits like that.
Robert Covington. 2 shots.
And both free throws good for Covington.
Well, he's been very good at the line, and we all know free throws can make or break you in the end.
Pass to Jay. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Makes a fantastic move and nails the shot.
And where some feel stressed, Gilgeous-Alexander feels strength. Love the confidence from the young fella.
Now Kessler. George with the ball. To tie it up. The Jazz again can't hit it. And it's George off the drive. Pass to Holmgren. Rebounded by Covington. Covington's got 6 rebounds in the game. Outside, George. Driving inside. Got a piece of it. Shea with it. Guarded now by Sexton. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
George passes to Kessler. Here's Sensabaugh. Holmgren comes with the double team. Stood on the wing by Jay, and it goes down 2 points.
Well, I think Sexton enjoys taking over in the big moment. He wants to be that guy for his team.
Dort gets to Gilgeous-Alexander. And Jay throws it down.
There's no bigger play in a close game when a putback's right.
And that one's got him all right. One.
Yes, some guys shrink in big moments, and some rise to the occasion.
Here's Sensabaugh, defended by Dort. The Jazz working the ball around now. Covington setting the pick for Sexton. Rebound by Williams. Oklahoma City's gone 0-3 so far in the 4th quarter from long range. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. There's 39 seconds left in the 4th quarter.
And what a shot from Gilgeous-Alexander. This guy isn't afraid of the moment. Wow.
And now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Well, during that timeout, the coach of the Jazz talked to his team. He challenged his team. He said, they're not going to give us this one. We have to take it from them, starting now. We'll see if that message resonated. Kevin?
Thanks, David.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way.
First team foul.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Sexton. Fourth personal foul. Second team foul.
He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And a tough break is his second attempt at the line. No good. This could be a turning point.
Critical possession right here.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Outside, Covington. Gilgeous-Alexander against George. So they foul intentionally.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
So he gets them both, and it's an 8-point game. And the Jazz call time here. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And I don't think they'll be able to climb out of this hole.
Well, I've been in this spot more times than I'd like to admit. All you can do is tell your guys to hold their heads up and finish strong.
Knocks down the trifecta. So we see the Thunder get the win here. They didn't make it easy on them.
Okay then, that's how we stand on business.
Way to bring home that W.
Young.